by the way. It's really giving right now. I went and bought all the purple fabric I could find.
Y'all are the best audience. I mean, we've been doing this a month.
This audience is great. If it's one thing about New York, y'all are gonna always come through. So. My first question for you, Oprah, is there anything that you learned from playing Sophia in 1985 that you carried with you to this day?
Ooh, yeah, I think, thank you for that question. I haven't been asked that in all this. The thing that I carried is, I modeled her after women in my family, my grandmother, my Aunt Ida, all the strong women who I was surrounded by. And there's a wonderful line in Maya Angelou's poem to our grandmothers where she says, "I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. So for me, Sophia represents those 10,000s and thousands more of strong women that Sterling Brown talks about in his poem, Strong Men. That poem says, strong men keep a-coming, and I think of Sophia as strong women keep a-coming on, keep a-coming on, keep a-coming on, strong. Stronger, getting stronger. And so I feel that she represents the baseline level for what Black women have been for themselves, to each other, to our families, our communities for generations. And so playing her as, it was so interesting to hear Danielle talk about it over this period of time, because playing her gave me more strength. You know, in places where I felt maybe, you know, when I was doing that movie, had just turned 31, and I was a real people pleaser and trying to figure out where I was in terms of versus what everybody thought I should be and how I should handle myself, and my salary was being published, and I had a lot of cousins coming out of the closet. All of them who thought my name was First National Bank, you know. So that what I took was her strength. That's what I took.
And in your time, you know, in this business, how have you managed to sort of keep hold of being your full authentic self and showing up as your full authentic self, and blocking out the haters, as they would say, blocking out the naysayers? How do you keep that?
Lord, you want a long interview. Well, I think this is the truth for anybody who's dealing with any kind of rising in your life. What you want to do is try to meet the rising. Your life is, you know, God has put a dream out there for every one of us, and I think your goal is to try to meet that dream and to define that dream for yourself. You ask God, what is it you want me to do? So I have always seen myself first as God's child since I was 4 years old on the Mississippi Dirt Road and all that stuff. And so I am centered in the source of all being. I come from that, and I know that. So all the things that happen on the outside, not that it doesn't bother me, doesn't disturb me, but when it does, I go back to the center of that. And so that still small voice that led me to this place in my life is the still small voice that comforts me, that soothes me, that lifts me, that allows me to be who I am in the world.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for that.
For Scott, when you were looking to cast actors and singers to continue, you know, the powerful legacy of The Color Purple, what were you looking for in those folks? And, you know, what drew you to this really incredible ensemble cast?
You're talking about this movie?
Yes, The Color Purple.
Opposed to what,
Well,
Scott?
I mean, I go back to 1997 with Alice Walker. So, you know, obviously when we started.
She said ensemble cast. Can I just interrupt a minute?
Yeah.
Didn't we just get the Critics' Choice nomination for this? I actually don't think there's a better ensemble cast. I mean, really. All right, sorry.
Here's your answer. No, I mean, Oprah and I started working with Blitz over a year and a half ago. We were still in the middle of COVID. You could not cast in person. There have been people who played this role in the past, including Oprah, including Broadway Production 1, which Fantasia was in, Broadway Production 2, which Danielle was in. And so when we started to work with Blitz, understanding that this was going to be a much larger scale project, it was really fascinating to see how Blitz approached it. He actually used the term casting philosophy. And by that, it was a blank board and all the different characters that were on it. And the first thing was, I want, when we're finished with this casting process, for us to look at this and the audiences to look at this and see that the greatest names in Black culture are in this movie. At the top of the mountain in terms of experience and age, who's gonna play the OG Old Mister? Lou Gossett Jr. Where's the youngest new emerging generation coming from? Halle Bailey. We need thespians, Taraji P. Henson, Danielle. We want some people from the music industry, her, John Batiste, and it went on and on and on, and it was such a fascinating process. And each time a new face got added to the board, we got so very excited. And then it was time to announce the cast for this highly anticipated. A lot of people were kind of going, really? You're going to make The Color Purple again? Really? How's that going to happen?
Some of them were in this room tonight.
And so, and I remember when Vanity Fair put the mosaic of the cast out into the world, and we got calls from Warner Brothers telling us that Twitter went crazy, off the charts, and they could read all the comments and the feedback, and indeed it felt like we did our jobs properly. And then it wasn't until we started shooting that, I mean, Oprah and I looked at each other and went, okay, mic, drop the mic, we're done. This cast that Blitz has put together is remarkable. Just, I mean, truly astounding.